Hi, my name is Hiram, and this is the social media case study of the Manti hoax. Before we get into the hoax, let's learn a little more about Manti Te'o. Okay, Manti Te'o was a middle linebacker for the University of Notre Dame. He finished second in the Heisman voting in his senior year. He won all sorts of awards, including the Walter Camp, the Chuck Bednarik, the Butkus, and the Bronco Nagorski Award. In the 3 seasons that Manti Te'o started for the Notre Dame, he finished with over 100 tackles in each of those seasons. And before the hoax, he was projected to be a first round pick and possibly the first linebacker to be picked in the NFL draft. Okay, now into the hoax. Manti Te'o met a woman online by the name of Lene. He met her via Twitter. Manti Te'o and Lene, they continued talking online. They eventually started texting and calling each other, and they decided to become an official couple in 2012, even though they never have met in person. A couple months pass by, and then Manti Te'o gets a phone call from Lene's brother, Koa, that she passed away from leukemia. Now, when this story broke, Manti Te'o, it was during the regular season, so before a game day on College Game Day Live, he was interviewed about the situation, and he talked about not only how his girlfriend had passed away, but his grandmother just a couple days before had also passed away. So he was on game day, and the story broke on CNN, and on CNN that's where a woman saw a picture of herself saying that she had died. But so she called in saying that that was a picture of her, that her name was not Lene, and that in fact she was not dead. So when this news broke out, they started digging into the situation. They did verify that the woman that called in was that was her picture that they were portraying on the news. And then they found out that every Twitter picture that was posted by this Lene person was in fact hers from a private account that she had on Instagram and then on Facebook. Every picture except for one of them, which was a picture she sent privately to a man named Ronoa Tiosopo. It was a picture of her holding up a sign uh, that had MSMK, which I do not know what that means, but that's how they found out that this man was portraying her online, or at least was using her picture. And this guy was actually a friend of Manti Te'o's, which he later on went to say that he was obsessed with him. How this broke out in social media, there was memes made. The tailwing got really famous as the Tebowing. The tailwing was you took a picture with no one next to you. It was supposed to be you and your girlfriend, so that was a tailwing. You can see the dog, the picture of the dog here, saying that he was Lene. The Cleveland Cavaliers even got into it. They had a Manti Te'o kiss cam, which is the guy with no one next to him. So once this story broke out and it exploded all over social media, that affected the news stories, because the news went from a sad story from a guy losing his girlfriend and his grandmother. It became more about, they even thought that he was involved with it, since he knew the guy that was portraying Lene. Stories broke out that he might have even been involved with it to try to get more media coverage, because it was leading up to the draft. But I believe those allegations were dropped. But like I said, it went from a sad story to everybody making fun of him, and it affected his draft, his draft situation, because he was projected to be a first round pick and he wasn't selected in the first round. Many teams didn't know if they could select him, thinking how it would affect his draft his draft status, how drafting him would affect the locker room. How he would adapt to being in a locker room full of men. So many teams didn't want to pick him just off of this situation. And that's my presentation. Thank you for your time.